Welcome to season 2 of Good Oil Eats. A few changes this year. One, I got a mic finally, so hopefully it'll be easier to hear me, especially when I go inside these places. Get this back on. Also, I'm going to $17 before tax for a meal now. I'm sticking with that for a while, but I know I was on the verge of like $16, $15, $17 a while, so I'm sticking with $17 now before tax as a meal. I don't want to go places that you break the bank. And another thing, I want to showcase some of the cool things around the restaurants I go to. Maybe some like parks or historical markers or just cool museums or stuff like that. And that kind of brings me to, for our stop today, we're visiting the Station Restaurant in Brewster, which is inside the Wandle House, an old dormitory for railroad workers. It was built in 1916 because in 1909, Brewster was chosen as the location for a stop along the Wheeling Lake Erie Railroad, which was built in 1871 and is still used today as commercial industries to transport goods. It was chosen because they needed a way to get over a big hill in the Massillon area, so they chose Brewster as a way to get around it, I guess. So it was a place where rail workers could stay after long trips on the trains. They had a movie theater, restaurant, and bowling alley, which is still supposed to be down in the basement, which I hope to show you later today. And it was almost like a community center. Everybody was there. It was a place to be. But eventually, it was shut down in 1960 when lodging was no longer needed for railroad workers. The local society took it over, and now it's been renovated, and they have a restaurant in there, which we're visiting, and a local museum for the township that Brewster is in, Sugar Creek Township. So today, that's what we're first going to check out is the museum that's in there, which is free, and then have something neat. And hopefully, at the end, show you the old-fashioned, that cool bowling alley down there. Let's eat.
Good cheese.
Good dripping.
So here we are about to check out this place.
It goes back to 1916. This is the historic Wandle House. Pretty cool. You can see this building pretty old. This is memory of Captain Edward Camp. It's Bio's Vietnam War. It's terrible. Tom's favorite president show. That's gotta be interesting. Right, before checking out the museum, I wanted to check this out. There's an old caboose here. I don't know if this is a replica or an old one that was remodeled. See? The Wheeling Lake Erie. Let's check this out. I don't think you can go in here. Yeah, it's locked. Yeah, it's definitely an old one. This must have just remodeled the outside. Some old cabinets and stuff. It's cool to see. There we go. It's a great shot for pictures. It's a nice shot of the city. See the railroad stuff over here. This is pretty cool. Nice shot. Let's try the other side, see if we can get in. Yeah, we on this side too. They're both locked. See, there's a sink in there. Carved the shadows. I can see a sink and a seat. Pretty cool. It's a cool thing to take photos at, I guess. Alright. Let's go check out this museum. Oh, there we go. National Register of Historical Places. Museum's that way. Let's check out this about here first and go on over. It's like a bunch of old football teams. Baseball jersey. New City, another city in this township. I guess it's this guy that played professionally. Larry Sheffly. By 1901, the first year of minor baseball. Died 1919, unfortunately. That's cool. All the right nerve plates. Check this out. Oh, it's on here. Chattanooga Orchestra. Also his life in Brewster. World War II veteran. Oh, former railroad worker though. That's a pretty cool suit. There you go. Doctor uniform. Check this. Stops along the same railroad. Stops here in Brewster. Smith Food. Soda. Shockton. Yeah, Shockton twice. Some medicine bottles. A lot of cool old stuff here. Oh, so much. There's too much to see. Old stove. A lot of old stuff. Fossils. And the deep mines near Judas. Class 1937. There's a old high school pictures. A lot of stuff in here. It's pretty cool. I think there was a big flood in 1959. The villages of Sugar Creek Township. Brewster. There we go. The jail door. Typewriter. Old drum. Not close to the railroad. $5. Loose light. Little passenger ticket. 1900s dress. Yeah. 1957. Brewster High School. Well, gas sewing machine. Cash register. Old screw cutting pad. Use it to railroad shop. Old railroad office chair. Scale. Old high school graduation pictures. You see how small these classes are. Like 50 people out of the 1950s. Cool. Engine steam gauge. So much stuff here. Old buttons. Christmas coupons. Got some old letters here. Add some things. Oh, the ID wallet. Restruck in 1916. Money changer. Oh, those tuck their hats. Boy Scouts stuff, I guess. Typewriters. Old water pump. Another old typewriter. Trophies. Went backward now. I think I skipped this. It's going to the 40s. Uniforms. There it is. This picture of the last of the steam engine used in Brewster. Butter stirring dial. Shoe shine box. Used hinges, hail from fuel from the cars, from trains, more hats, pictures, Lions Club, more carpets, look at that one, pretty cool. There's another room, more stuff down here. Wow. Military uniform. It's World War I veteran. World War II. Gold medals. There's all the former military people from the city. Look at this. It's old, it says Arctic sheepskin and leather flight parka. He was like, look, that's cool. He joked because these places like these father's a grocer. This thing is used probably when they go to cold climates. It's pretty cool. Plenty of pictures. A lot of cool stuff here. This is all the military people.
Ah, look at all those bells.
It's cool that they have these in a separate room too. Show their specs. Female. United States Marines. Wow. U.S. military fatal casualties from Vietnam. It's cool artifacts. Yeah, a lot of. This is all the war people, the veterans. It's terrible. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. It's enough history. Time to eat. Alright, so here we are. Tells you the history in this building. I'm waiting for my food. Very small counter. Small dining area. I wanted to try one of their cinnamon rolls, but they're out of them. So I'm going to try one of their homemade pies instead. So. Alright, here we go. The service is very quick here. Let me see what I got. Biscuits and gravy. It's 2 biscuits cut in half. Gravy. It's supposed to be homemade biscuits and homemade gravy. And the homemade pie too. And I got this. Something called possum pie. It's like walnuts, cream cheese, chocolate pudding, whipped cream. I've never had before, but it looks pretty delicious. So let's dig in. There we go. Nice and fluffy. A lot of pepper in there. Biscuits are really soft. Spicy. Gravy's good. I can tell it's homemade. It's just not too much pepper for me.
No rush?
You can tell with natural casing though, you can see it. Biscuits are so light. Biscuits are really good. It's a little too peppery for me. I've read into the history of biscuits and gravy. And it goes back to the lumberjacks and Appalachians. They need a quick meal with a lot of calories. They felt muffed throughout the day with all the work they have to do. Yeah. It's baking powder or whatever. It was on easy. Got a piece of sausage plain. Sausage is good. You get the natural casing. I think it's homemade sausage. Spicy. 2 down. 2 more to go. How fluffy this stuff is. I need a knife. Delicious. Just wish they would cut back any pepper. It's going on easy. A lot of times, biscuits gravy can be heavy and hard to eat. This is not at all. You taste the freshness of the biscuits. Delicious. Yeah, don't last one. It's going a little more crusty. Good stuff. Last plate. I went down easy. Just gonna taste that pepper. Right now, time to try this thing. Alright, some chocolate. Interesting. Their desserts are homemade. Cinnamon rolls are the most famous food they're out of. Their pies are homemade too. I can tell this is homemade. The crust is homemade. I can tell. Like a walnut cookie crust. Delicious. It's like Hershey. There's a Hershey bar out here. Cons. Walnut cookie crust. Really confused with chocolate cream. Topped with cons and crushed Hershey bar pieces. It's called possum pie. Never had it before. I've never heard of it before. That's delicious. Delicious pie. Glad I ordered it, so I somebody bought the rest of this pie. You can tell that it's white and brown. The color's going to remind you of the color of possum. Maybe that's why they call it that. I don't know. Try this crust point. I forget what that is. It's crushed walnuts. Yeah, this is delicious. Part of the show is to learn new things. I'm starting to get a little rich now. Yeah, those chocolate and the cream cheese I think it tastes like chocolate cheesecake. Delicious. Last piece. That was delicious. That was a delicious pie. Something I've learned how to make now. Or possum pie. That was delicious. Looking at the receipt, it's called fire breakfast biscuits and gravy. Maybe it's supposed to be spicy. I don't know. Alright, before we go back to the cars, one other thing we gotta check out. Except the bowling down in that basement. We're gonna check that out next. Here we go. Now we're checking out the basement. This is where the old bowling alley is supposed to be. Let's go down here. Oh no. Hope. It's not locked. You see right here. Certified season 1959, 1960, yeah. There's 3 leagues in here probably till then. There's an old bowling alley. No. They locked it. Can't see it. There's an old bowling alley down there. You can't see anything. It's freaking out today. No cinnamon rolls, no basement. Alright, it's time to give it back to the car and I'll get my final thoughts. Alright, so my final thoughts of the station restaurant and Wandle House experience was pretty interesting. And the food, the station restaurant, I wanted to try one of the cinnamon rolls. So that's one thing to know for that homemade cinnamon rolls. So they sold out of them already. I got here around 9:30. They're open from like 7 to 2 every day except I think Sundays 8 to 3. So basically it's breakfast, lunch. I thought I'd be okay. I was here during the week on a Wednesday, but they sold out of them, so I didn't get to try that. But I'm kind of glad I did though, because I got to try that possum pie. And that was absolutely delicious. That was something I've never had before. I never heard of it before. The walnut cookie crust, a cheesecake layer, a chocolate pudding part, whipped cream, and topped with little Hershey bars and pecans. It was delicious. I can tell it's homemade pies, and so I'm kind of glad. I got to try something new. Yeah, one of the better pies I've had. Excellent pie. And biscuits and gravy were pretty good too. So the biscuits were delicious. Those were so soft and light. Went down so easy. So I can tell the gravy was homemade too. The sausage was good in there. Everything was good. Just a little too peppery for me. So I can tell it's homemade. So I can tell, good homemade food. And checking out that museum. Cool thing to see. It's free. It has artifacts from all the small cities of Sugar Creek Township. Yeah, it's right next door. So it's a fun experience. You got that little old caboose that you can check out too, which is cool. So it's a pretty neat experience. I just wish I could have seen that basement. That would have been the coolest thing. But besides being interesting to see, the reason I want to show is because this place is actually supposed to be haunted. They do ghost hunts and stuff, and you see by the shirt that I saw in there. Hoping to see if we get any psychic vibes in the basement there, because it's the home away from home for a lot of the railroad workers, and they feel like maybe they never wanted to leave, so they're still here, some of their spirits. So yeah, I was reading stories. There's one story of one of the workers when they're mopping the floor at night. They felt like there's a woman present. They thought they saw a short, curly-haired woman standing right next to them, but then when they looked again, it disappeared. But yes, so I highly recommend stopping by the Station Restaurant / Wandle House here in Brewster. And I'll see you next time on Good How Eats.